So I got into BMX racing when I was 10 years of age. I always liked to be competitive, whether that be at school, you know, in PE, I always loved to be competitive. And then my uncle's 2 children took part in the sport of BMX, and from there on in, like every Saturday I'd go there, and it was just took over my life, and here I am today.
Attractive girl caught in his eye, a worthy test, his chance to try. Is this right? It seems okay. There's no one else here anyway. A caring guy is all she sees, someone to hold, someone to please. She gives her heart and he does too. It all seems great, but
gym training is an aspect of what BMX is about, but it's not the be-all and end-all. It probably becomes the minor part of the whole BMX program. And you know, obviously it's important to have the stronger legs for the good start, and you know, to good strength and power out the turns. But predominantly our training is based on this track. We do a lot of our technical stuff. You know, we've got a sprint straight behind us, which we do a lot of our sprint training with. You have to obviously come outside and train for the temperature factor, but the wind, the different texture of the jumps is obviously of the weather. So yeah, it's good to come out and train outdoors, mixed in with the indoor stuff. It's good. So I remember, like clear as a day, my first Worlds was in 2001, and I only started in 1999, and everyone was like, oh, you need to go to the World Championships, and I was just like, oh, you know, I didn't really know what the World Championships was about, and I went to the Europeans in 2000, won the European Championships, and then everyone was like, oh, this girl could be a real good prospect to win the Worlds. You know, my mum was a one-parent family growing up, so we didn't have that much money. I contacted local people like the police and the council to see if they could support me to go to the Worlds. And the local papers had always supported me in all the other things I'd done, so they ended up putting money into a pot and sending me out to the Worlds on my own with a chaperone just at the age of 11. So you know, that was quite a daunting experience. And yeah, I got there, pretty much won all my races, and then the favourite to win was a girl called Melissa Malkowski from Australia, and she'd won numerous amounts of world titles, and I was just like, I want to beat her, I want to beat her, and that was my mentality. And I came over the finish line, and she passed me just as the finish, and that was my first taste of failure and success at the same time, because everybody thought silver was fantastic, but for me, I was so angry that I'd got silver. And I went back to the pens, spun my front wheel, and it didn't spin, and I was just like, what the hell? And basically I'd got a wheel out of the skip because I couldn't afford a wheel, so basically the wheel had seized up, and you know, that's one of the reasons why I lost my world title. But you learn a lot from them races. So 2010, after the Olympic Games, was the big turning point for me, because after the last Olympics, it was, yeah, it felt like some parts of me had died off, and it felt like I didn't have that passion and burning desire that I needed to become Olympic champion. And as the years went on and time went by, I got it slowly coming back, slowly was coming back. And then in 2010, went to Madrid World Cup and got a silver, and I thought this is a good platform to start from there, and I know what I did wrong and I know what I need to improve on. Went on to the World Championships in South Africa, and I was like, this is it. There's no questioning or no doubt in my mind that I'm not going to win this event. When I was going up the stairs, my coach, Black Bob, he obviously was a massive influence to me back when I used to race and first started, and I just had his voice in my head saying, come on, you can do this. And Grant White, my coach, you know, he supported me through thick and thin, throughout all. And I thought, I'm going to do this for my team, you know, everybody around me that supports me, but also doing it for myself. Yeah, across the finish line, looked behind, and before I knew it, it was kind of like, I've done it, I've won the Worlds again.
There we go, this is the women's final. Shanaze Reade on the outside, Mariana Powell on the inside. So what on the outside, but it's Shanaze Reade
So I decided to race Norway as my first race on the calendar as opposed to Tula, because I've had a few injuries this winter, and you know, as a BMX rider you're always going to have niggles here and there, but I thought my preparation and where it was at wasn't entirely where I wanted it to be. But given a few extra weeks coming into Norway, you know, I should be there or thereabouts every day. You know, we've been trying to push as much as we can push, and I'm just going to go into that World Championships in Birmingham, and you know, it's home crowd, you know, everybody's going to be watching, good dry run through for the Olympics, and just going to do my utter best.